The message I received from the 9 this morning was don't rush. Don't rush. Everything is unfolding exactly as it's meant to. And of course, in divine timing. And in the timing that's appropriate for each of us. Now, it may seem, when we look out into the world and in experiences that begin to, I was going to say unfold, but unravel is really a more correct term to use over the coming days, weeks, months. But I'm feeling this is a more current energy. It may seem that things are, again, unraveling around us. And that we need to take steps, that we need to do something, that we need to react, that we need to figure it out. But all the information is not going to be readily available. And so that can create certainly a sense of anxiety. The uncertainty can lead some of us to feel out of control, especially if control has been something that we have been working on surrendering and releasing. So the guidance here is don't rush. Don't rush to react. Don't rush to respond. Don't rush to even try to analyze or dig into the situation, whatever it might be for you in your life, because the information is going to come. But you have to also recall we're right in the height of the full moon in Taurus. So things are being revealed. We had Uranus move into Taurus yesterday. And Uranus is about unexpected, kind of striking revelations or changes. And we also have Mercury. We are in the pre-shadow for Mercury retrograde. And that is going to be the retrograde period itself will go on until November 29th. It begins on the 9th, but then it goes until the 29th. However, the shadow lasts until December 17th. So we have a lot of cosmic things at play here that we have Uranus pushing for change, not pushing for change, but instigating, right? Instigating that kind of sharp, quick movement of some sort that can be unexpected and feel like we may experience it as being a bit either unsettling or even to the point of feeling frenzied or chaotic. And then we have this full moon also in Taurus, revealing additional aspects of this, maybe how this applies to our own beliefs around value and stability and comfort and safety and security. And then, of course, we have the Mercury retrograde that we talked about that begins with Mercury in Sagittarius, and then Mercury moves back into Scorpio the middle of on November 19th. So all of these things combined, the guidance is don't rush, because there's more to be revealed. There are things that have to be learned or relearned, Mercury in Sagittarius. There are things that have to crumble or die away. Things that need to be considered in allowing them to fall away and maybe completely unravel, Mercury in Scorpio. And so any decisions we make now based on the immediacy of what we experience, we're basing that just purely upon our emotions and this sense of needing to do something right now when we don't. What we need to do is go outside, touch some grass, sit in the sun, and just be. Because there's more for us to know. Well, there's more for us to learn, and from that, then we will know. There's more to be revealed. There's more information to come. There are more things to reflect, to reconsider, to recalibrate, to restructure, to reorganize, to recognize, as we talked about in the reading, I don't know, a month ago, maybe maybe it wasn't that long ago, where Mercury retrograde came up. I'll link that in the description box. If you're in the membership, if you're in the Explorers membership, I just posted some journal prompts that help to work with the energies of Mercury retrograde. It's based off of the 5 keywords that came through from the guides about the retrograde period, which were renewal, restructure, recognize, reimbursement. What was the other one? Redirect. So part of this theme. So if you're interested in accessing that, the link for the membership is in the description box as well. But if you're already a member, if you haven't seen that yet, go check it out in the membership portal. So redirect is one of those themes as well. Allowing ourselves to be redirected. And part of that, a huge part of that, comes with surrendering, right? To leaning into trust, to allowing things to just unfold naturally, organically, divinely, to allow ourselves to surrender to that flow, to be fluid, to be flexible, to allow for greater to come in because we are open and what's the word I want to use? Fluid just keeps coming up, but that's not really the word I want to use. So maybe I'll think of it here in a second. Again, the biggest guidance is don't rush. Don't rush to make a decision. Don't rush to respond. Don't rush. Certainly don't. The guidance is to not be reactive, right? So to take a breath, take a pause, and just allow things to unfold because there's more information to come. So maybe some of you have already experienced something within the last 24 hours that this applies to. Some of you, I feel like it will be in the next few days. It may even be within this next 2-week period. But this does feel like current energies that we're talking about. Things are happening very quickly. This is the other part of the message from my guides. Things are happening very quickly behind the scenes. That doesn't necessarily mean that it is being reflected in the external. And the things they were referring to were these outcomes of, we're only, with the unraveling, we're only seeing a portion of this. There is a much bigger picture behind the scenes that we are not privy to at this time. And that's where the trust comes in trusting in the divine and the universe and allowing for the path to unfold in front of us, following our intuition and our inspiration and our heart, and allowing that to lead our steps. And by doing that, then we don't get in our own way either. We don't slow things down by trying to micromanage it or by resisting. All right, so I'm going to pull a card, one or two. We have the Fairy Tale Heroine Oracle here. I don't know that I've used these with you guys yet. It's kind of a new deck. It's by Sharon Blackie, illustrated by Amanda Clark. But let's just see what comes out in this. I was called to use this today. Don't rush. Allow for the divine timing. And remember that we don't have to know it all right now. Or even ever. Just because Just because it's not available in our physical, tangible world or in a physical, tangible way yet does not mean that the energy of it does not exist. Oh, and we have the Enchanted Forest, card number 7. My chair is so squeaky. Yeah, look at the path. See the path in the Enchanted Forest? We're being invited to embark on this journey, this exploration. But the path ahead is rather dark. We can only see what's directly in front of us. And look, she's standing there. She looks a little bit hesitant, but see how the wind is blowing her hair towards that path? It's inviting her inward. But we have to go into the forest in order to find the magic. It's an enchanted forest. We have to go into it to experience its magic. And so we have to allow ourselves, well, we don't have to do anything. You don't have to go upon the journey. But if you want the magic, then you need to go into the forest. You need to enter into that path and allow yourself to be guided. Allow yourself to surrender. Allow yourself to the freedom to flow. The freedom to trust. Let's just see what the guidebook says about it. The Enchanted Forest, number 7. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm going to read the whole thing for you. In Northern European folk traditions, forests are shadowy, dangerous places, thick with dark conifers, tall and tightly packed together, pressing in on the fringes of the village and representing another world that lies outside of normal human experience. These forests are the homes of witches and monsters. The Enchanted Forest perfectly personifies all the fears of the collective unconscious. It's a liminal place in which the heroine is caught between the life behind her and the life to come. It's familiar and yet profoundly alien. It's a place where you can certainly lose yourself, but also where if you give yourself over to the challenge, you can find yourself. There are dangers here, but there are also opportunities, and it's worth remembering that in the dark forest, not everything is what it seems. The wolf lurking in the background might be your enemy, or if you treat him with respect, he might carry you out of the forest on his back. Courage is certainly required to walk through the woods, but help is always at hand for the brave-hearted. And right there in the heart of the forest darkness, you might just find a beam of sunlight breaking through the thick canopy of branches overhead, illuminating the path ahead of you. Oh yeah, see how it's brighter right here on the path? Okay, so I'm going to pull one more card. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come from. Remember, don't rush. Don't rush. We have the locked room. Look at how she's holding the key there. Well, it's interesting too because it seems like the forest is over here to the side. Doesn't it look like that? Huh. Let's see what it says about the locked room. It feels like there's I get this feeling that this locked room is actually something that is associated with a belief system that you have. A belief system about something being kept away, something you cannot access. But this is something that you have the key to unlock it. It is purely your belief around it and something that you continue to reinforce to yourself that keeps that door closed. So let's see what this says. Well, this speaks of secrets and listening to your intuition, but that's not, I'm reading this intuitively. That's not what I'm getting here. I mean, certainly your intuition is always involved, but what I'm getting is that there is this feels like the outcome associated with embarking upon this path, because I'm kind of getting the connection here between, by seeing the wrong thing, seeing the woods on the edge of the card. It feels like where you want to, the place that you want to reach by embarking upon this path is this locked room. But it's not truly locked. The door being closed, or it even having a lock, is is a belief that you hold, a story that you tell about entering into this space, about you entering into this space. And so it is, through this travel, through the enchanted forest, you're given an opportunity to release this belief, to change the story from it being behind a lock and a key and a door to it being wide open and maybe in a clearing in the middle of the forest. Maybe there's no building at all, no door at all. Maybe it's just merely there in the middle of the forest waiting for you. And so there's an invitation here to be very mindful about the story that you have around whatever it is that you are wanting to experience or gain or achieve through this path. Oh, now my face is really red. Okay, I am going to leave it there. Oh my goodness. Maybe I sat out there too long. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much for being here. As always, I appreciate you so, so much. Thank you for all your comments, your likes, subscribing to the channel, sharing the messages, being a part of the membership, interacting with, downloading the activations. It means so much to me. I appreciate each and every one of you. The Cosmic Symphony activation is still coming. This one feels rather intense, and so it's taking me a bit longer to channel all of it than I anticipated. So, but it is coming. And as I said, don't rush, right? That's the guidance. And I know that it always comes through in divine timing. So I do my best to not push myself. All right. Thank you guys so much. I will see you very, very, very soon.